see that, or maybe we'll continue with the lower intensity charts, but
And
more
also,
knowledge based.
A viable strategy that I've seen a lot of players employ in tournaments is they'll deliberately pick a harder song that's like stamina intensive just to gas their opponent out.
Yeah.
Just to be like, just to see, all right, I'm tired. I can't really like, my legs are just exhausted. I'm kind of cold, and then they go on the next song and, they might not play as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And, just as I was saying that we weren't getting enough, difficult charts in this pool, I think I spoke it into existence because I just see the next two songs and, ooh boy. The first one is, shouts to all my boomers out there, all my OG DDR players, because right now we got DDR Mega Mix Challenge.
Yes.
This is the chart that if you played DDR from way back in the day, you know what I'm saying, like back in the arcades, back when like quarter lines were still a thing, you know what I'm saying?
Back when there was only like 1X and 2X
only
and
1X,
3X
2X
and stuff.
So
we have that going into as a 16, but for a second song, we have a 17.
Be a Hero, which
Be a Hero.
talking about stamina draining, it's definitely just a long, like relentless 17 that just doesn't seem to stop.
Yes, indeed. It's one of those songs. It was a KAC qualifying song a couple years back.
That's right. I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, so this is a KAC qualifier. They continued the series with Catch Our Fire. So that's one of those songs coming up. So we have DDR Mega Mix right here. Let's see how these players do.
Yes, sir. I actually haven't really seen either of these players play this chart before, so this will be a fresh experience for me. But fun fact about this chart, though, as it stands right now, this is the only way you'll be able to play Matsuri Japan, a chart that has long since been removed from the game. This is the only way you'll be able to play it in this modern version of DDR because it's locked behind Mega Mix, which not a problem. This chart is, if you're familiar with all the songs, it's a fun time, nice little throwback. Again, shout outs to all my older players, all my OGs who started from the very beginning. But I'm sure having speed mods and, different arrow colors and everything is definitely makes the song not feel as, you might be like, man, that's not how it was back in the day.
Yes, indeed. As you can see here, they hit those gallops nicely.
All right,
now we're going to get into the bag section.
Got to collect the bag right now, bro. Don't fumble it. And it looks like Godo's doing a good job of just keeping it in his hand because he's still maintaining a sizable lead. This is, as you can tell, it's very difficult to read, but unlike the 15, the 16 doesn't have any sort of breaks in the bag section. It's all just one, seamless section. So if you can kind of parse the notes, you'll be fine.
Exactly. Now we're both getting into those jacks there. Both hit wonderfully by these two players.
Broken my heart. We're coming up towards the last half of the song.
Yep, exactly. So
I think really what it will come down to is going to be the Legend of Max section at the very end.
Yes.
Because that's where the real test begins. If you're able to lock in that section, and that'll determine the whole song right there.
And for those that know, Legend of Max is, I believe, 333 BPM.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
So Godo here is reading this chart at 2x. So this chart will be put at 666 read speed for him. So let's see how he does this.
Yes, sir.
Both players are locked in right now.
I'm seeing a whole lot of white on the screen, brother. This is looking really solid for both players. And Chez picks up a miss
picks up two misses.
Two misses. Oh my! This is looking like Godo's
locking in right
Godo's
now.
locking in. You see that doing the crossovers as well.
He is streaming marvelous on that stream right there.
Man is on a tear right now. Like I said, bro. Godo killing it, taking the first song very convincingly. I must say, very strong.
Win right there.
Very strong.
I know he's feeling very confident right now going into this next song.
Absolutely, which is, again, Be a Hero Expert, which, again, I was just talking about how I don't feel we get enough 17s in the rotation. So now we're going to have something that is a 17. It is not extremely complicated, but then tons of bursts, tons of patterns that are just, you have to keep going relentlessly. You have no time to really relax and catch your breath. It's just keep on going.
Yes, exactly. So as we move into this next song, I'd like to point out that there was a fact that Daryl said earlier about Godo also being very strong with stamina. And for those that do want to get better at stamina, make sure if you're able to play songs like Be a Hero, that do not stop, that push yourself physically, and you'll be able to play songs like this.
It's a great stamina builder for sure. It's one of those songs where you throw it into the rotation because it's not mentally taxing because it doesn't have any like complicated patterns really, no like BPM changes, nothing like that. Just straightforward runs and just that non-stop. It's a really, really good stamina building practice for sure.
Let's see as we get into this and get ready.
I would say this song definitely also fits in the Chez's general skill set as well. He has really strong accuracy on like more straightforward charts. So
Indeed.
we'll see, because this also might come down to stamina too, because again it's pretty late. Both players might be a bit on the tired end. You know, I know Godo had to knock back like some energy drinks earlier. So we'll see how this pans out. But again, very, very exhausting chart.
Yeah, so it's one of my personal favorite 17s. Not
of course it is, bro. Of course it is.
For those that know me, I like straightforward charts like this. This is one of them.
Yes, sir.
So let's get started. Be a hero, expert. Godo versus chezmix. Let's see it. Both these players starting off with PFCs off the bat.
Holding very strong so far, but as you can see, just a lot of candles, gallops, drills, a little bit of everything, but patterns are pretty much very straightforward to parse.
Yes, exactly. You can see Godo here reading this at 3.25, pretty fast, but as we saw with Mega Mix last time, he's very comfortable reading speeds like this.
And which is crazy too, because fun fact about Godo is that when I first got to know him, he was reading very slow, like I would say roughly about 500-ish. He wasn't reading as fast.
Yes, exactly.
It's only been in recent time that he's upped the read speed and kind of become more comfortable with it. And you can see that his MA has improved considerably since doing so.
Yes, and we can also see here too, Chez is very locked in, although reading at that low speed. So just remember, read speed is always personal preference.
It's always personal preference. See, me personally, I would probably read it what Godo's reading right now. This is depending on the song. Again, it also depends on the song as well. For straightforward songs like this, you can afford to read a little faster, No patterns you have to really be prepared for foot placement-wise. But on trickier charts, dial it back a little bit. Again, find what works for you.
Exactly. So you can see both these players hitting
but still holding gold.
Anchored runs right there.
Yes, sir. This is very close, actually. They're both still holding PFCs.
As soon as you say that.
Bro, listen. Force a habit, all right?
But as you can see, both players have great full combos right now. It is so close right now.
It's like maybe 10 EX close.
Let's see this run.
And Godo hitting that run. That might actually determine the song. Chez picking up a lot of misses.
Yes, indeed. This song does not stop at all. It does not care about your well-being. It will keep
and Chez going into 17s when he might not even be fully warmed up is clearly showing a lot of misses. Could be some signs of stamina depletion.
And
Godo
with the full combo. With the full combo.
With a triple A at that.
Triple A.
Man, I'm telling you, man, all those sessions that Godo spent grinding out his stamina clearly showed here because he did not stop moving.
Yes, exactly. But
that
wonderful showing from both of these players.
All right, 2-0 for Godo.
One miss is also no joke from Chez. Come on now.
All right, Godo, I see you. Sir.
Doing it in the jacket.
That's what I'm saying, bro. In the jacket, bro. He said, I'm cold, bro. I got to wear this so I can be warm on y'all.
He's in the warm-ups. He's pulling his Larry Bird right now in a 3-point competition.
It's funny.
In the warm-ups.